Welcome to my basement, everybody. Hope everybody is having a good Monday. Hello. I'm sorry I'm a little bit late. A lot of running around, getting stuff ready for the show today. It's a big one. We got a lot of stuff going. Hey, Spider-Man. Spider-Man, wake up. Spider-Man's not waking up. Hold on. I got to turn him on. There we go. I haven't even checked my angle yet. Is everything good? Yes? Okay. Turning him on. Sounds weird. Spider-Man, come on. You got to be here with us. Maybe he's not charged. Spider-Man. I think he's dead, guys. Oh, no. Here he comes. Okay. All right. Can't have a show without him blinking in the background, right? Good to see everybody. We are, okay, coming in loud and clear. Fantastic. All right, here we go. Saluko 88 was our first one in the door. Mike Williams is here. Mr. Mass Produce is here. That's the Spider-Man music. It should calm down in a little bit. I love that thing from Sphero. I've missed a few streams, but I'm excited for this one, Mike Williams says. Pathetic Earthling is here. Fantastic. Alpha Cat is here. Peter Kokasar. Anoop Tour. How do you get the EPN badge? You become an EPN member, Anoop. Be awesome to have you join the troops. Thank you. The E-Peeps. Luis Arias is here. Barcode Teacup. Hey. We've got a bunch of people. Hip Hop Dan. Can't have a show without Hip Hop Dan. I loved the video that you sent, by the way, Hip Hop Dan. Very, very cool stuff. Warmed my heart. And I have to prep a little video to kind of explain what I'm hoping to do with the Rocket and Ray Gun Awards, but I'm hoping all of you are a part of this year's awards because I want to do something really fun with our Best of the Year stuff. Okay, we have a rundown to get to. We have a review of The Way Back. We have a review of Immortals Fenyx Rising, and we've got a Gadget gift guide. That's some of the stuff behind me right here. Right now, some of the gadgets. I'm giving it away. But let's get started with our rundown. And today, our rundown is dedicated to Saluko 88, the first in the room. Let's get started with the rundown. All right, we finally know when Doom Eternal is going to be hitting the Nintendo Switch. This was one of the biggest first-person shooters of the year. It's a phenomenal game, and Bethesda and id Software really killed it. All the devs that contributed to this, and I think it's been in the port pipeline for a little while. But Doom, the original, the 2016 original that was on the Nintendo Switch, actually turned out really, really well. So I'm very, very curious to see how the pace and the frenetic quality of this experience sort of keeps up with the, I don't want to say it's limited hardware at this point because, of course, we're all in next-gen fever right now. But it's going to be hard not to compare this to what we currently can play Doom Eternal on right now, like the Series X and the PlayStation 5. But it's a phenomenal game, incredible storytelling, but also just tons of awesome action. Can't wait for that on Nintendo Switch. And of course, I'll have some thoughts. I'll try to stream it for you as soon as I get it in my hot little hands. I've already asked for it. But there were rumors that it had been canceled or that it had disappeared. But nope, Nintendo is working with Bethesda and id to make sure that they deliver on that promise. And speaking of Nintendo, I didn't really put any footage of this together because I don't know how much official stuff is out there, but the Nintendo theme park, the Nintendo, Super Nintendo World or Nintendo Super Mario World, the theme park is going to be opening at Universal Studios in Tokyo in February. Fingers crossed. That's if, the pandemic doesn't go nuts and people can keep case counts and stuff, case counts low down there. But that's very exciting news and something definitely to look forward to in 2021. We're going to be getting Nintendo theme parks in the U.S., I think at least one, but probably two, one in Florida and one in California, and then who knows where else they go. But I think it's been a long time coming to have official Nintendo theme parks with all kinds of awesome rides and lots of beautiful artwork. The pictures that I've seen have been unbelievable coming out of Japan. So I can't wait to actually visit that. Whether I see it in Japan or whether I see it in North America, I cannot wait to go. But we do have something pretty cool for our second story. This is from Snow Castle Studios, which makes an indie game of their own. And I forget, you have to excuse me, there's a million indie games in this list, so I can't remember all of them. But basically what they've done is an indie game advent calendar. I got this as a press release this morning, and I thought, oh man, this is super cool. It's to celebrate the holiday season, but they also wanted to kind of give a shout out to all kinds of other developers in there. So Spelunky 2 is in there, Visage, Alwa's Legacy, Rogue Legacy 2, Oceanhorn 2. And what you can do is you follow these guys on Twitter and you sign up on their account page on the Advent Calendar sort of celebration page that they have. And you just log in once and you're basically entered to win one of 3 copies of these games every day from December 1st to December 25th, which is pretty cool. And there's some really big titles in there, too. Well, big for indie stuff. But yeah, it's a great idea. Wanderlust, Travel Stories, Skull the Hero Slayer, Moving Out, lots of good stuff. And these are the guys that made Snowcastle made Earthlock. And so what a cool way to kind of drum up attention for the work that you do, but also to kind of work with the community of indie developers out there and put a trailer together and get some people to pay attention to something like this, shine a spotlight on some of the indie stuff out there. And speaking of which, we're going to play an indie game in our Let's Play section today. We're going to play a little bit of a short hike because I feel like we've been giving all kinds of attention at the mega projects over the last little while, but there's lots of great indie stuff out there this year for sure. All right, so you can enter right there. This is snowcastlegames.com, Advent Calendar. Check that out, and good luck on winning some of those indie games. And don't forget to support some of the indie devs that are out there. There's lots of great work. And finally, for our third story, this is, we don't have any firm dates or anything like this, like that about this specific story, but it's exciting nonetheless. Daredevil rights have reverted back to Marvel, and so Daredevil, once he returns, will be part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe in full force. He was supposed to be part of the MCU with the Netflix show, but it was a little messy, and there were definitely a couple of different competing agendas, I think, with the television properties and the movie properties. Jeff Loeb oversaw a lot of the TV work and stuff that was out there, but Daredevil was an exceptional show on Netflix, and there's, of course, a big movement afoot to kind of save Daredevil and get Charlie Cox back into the costume and have him be our hero again, because he did a terrific job with the show. Vincent D'Onofrio wants to be Kingpin again, and I'm all for that. But what's interesting about Daredevil, and there's news percolating, obviously, about Moon Knight with Oscar Isaac as our hero. And I don't really know a ton about Moon Knight. I just always saw him as kind of like a Batman type of hero with some really twisted background and a kind of a bright white costume. But I am super fired up that they're making this show and that Oscar Isaac is going to be in there. And of course, Mahershala Ali is going to be Blade. And so that's in the works. And the Doctor Strange sequel is going to give us a glimpse into some of the darker aspects of the MCU. And so now what's percolating is a Ghost Rider, likely a show, but they're, Disney Plus and the movies, they're all going to be interwoven now, right? They're going to, we're getting WandaVision in January, and there's going to be lots of ties to Spider-Man 3 and Doctor Strange in the Mouth of Madness, I think, or the Minds of Madness. I can't keep up with all the titles, but the shows and the movies are all going to be interwoven, and we're going to start to get sort of this dark side of the MCU, and I really want to see Ghost Rider come up. And of course, everybody talks about Keanu Reeves as a potential candidate for Ghost Rider, which would be rad. He is a big motorcycle enthusiast, and it would be fun to see him in the MCU. And because he would be able to, put on the fire skull all the while, I guess they wouldn't really need him in quite the same way that they would need, Anthony Mackie or something like that as Falcon. But yeah, fired up. no pun intended, that Daredevil is likely going to return soon, maybe in a Disney Plus show, because Disney Plus is becoming incredibly important in the grand scheme of things for the way that Disney and Marvel and Lucasfilm are going to be giving us content. And clearly it's working with The Mandalorian. And I have really high expectations for WandaVision, and then we're going to have Falcon and Winter Soldier as a series, and there's a Loki show. So yeah, we're in for some pretty interesting entertainment, and of course Spider-Man 3 has got lots of crossovers with the MCU. Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange is going to be a big part of that. Jamie Foxx is going to be Electro, so he's playing Electro again, just like he was in the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man 2, The Amazing Spider-Man 2, because there are all kinds of connections with the multiple universes. So the rumor is, and I think that it's pretty well known, that Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire are both going to appear as variations of Peter Parker in the new Spider-Man 3 film. I mean, it's crazy. I can't wait. But some super cool news there on the Marvel front. And Goku made it. Hey, Vic and everyone in the chat. It's awesome. Good to see you here, my friend. Okay, we are going to get into The Way Back, which is a movie that I just checked out over the weekend. I'm one of the Vancouver film critics, and so Warner Brothers shot me out a screener. But I expect that it's either out in home video by this point, or it's made it to VOD. It's out there. It's in a bunch of different places. So we're going to talk about that in a second. But first, it's time for This Day in Everything Cool. Welcome to This Day in Everything Cool for November 30th. On this day in 1999, something unreal happened to online multiplayer. Epic Games released the first-person shooter Unreal Tournament on the PC in North America, with a global release following a few days later. It wasn't the first entry in the franchise. The original game, simply called Unreal, was released a year earlier and was mostly a single-player experience with a few simple multiplayer modes added on. The multiplayer proved to be much more popular than Epic had expected, so Unreal Tournament actually started life as a multiplayer-focused expansion pack for the original game that would give players more modes. As the project grew and grew, it soon evolved into a full-fledged standalone sequel complete with its own single-player story campaign. The major selling point, however, was still the multiplayer. Epic added loads of new modes like Capture the Flag and Domination, and they also added a lot more gameplay variety overall, with more character types, weapons, and playstyles to choose from. On the technical side, Epic updated the game's Unreal Engine to allow for better physics and more realistic graphics, and because multiplayer was such an important part, they made a point to improve the online lag, which had been a major complaint about the last game. Unreal Tournament was a huge hit when it came out, winning numerous Game of the Year awards and getting perfect scores from critics like yours truly. Several sequels followed, and Epic began licensing out the Unreal Engine to other developers, something that continues to this day. Some classic shooting action there, man. Oh, man, it's awesome putting This Day and Everything Cool. The segments themselves are memories now. So we're talking about memories from, the universe of cool out there. But just seeing the edits and remembering the voiceover that I recorded and putting all that together is super fun. Goku, I'm glad you got your package, your Call of Duty package. That's fantastic. And thank you so much for the super chat. You are incredibly kind and generous. I really appreciate that. And hello to everybody that has joined our show today. I don't know if there are new people on the chat, but I love hearing from new people that might be out there. It's always a thrill, and I know a lot of people that come to EPN, often recognize me from our TV shows, Electric Playground, Judgment Day, and Reviews on the Run and stuff. So I know it freaks people out that I live stream sometimes, but I do, and I have a ton of fun. And you know what? We're gonna live stream a live review of a movie that's come out this year, and it's up for a lot of Warner Brothers wants it to be up for a lot of awards, so they've sent it out as a for your consideration. That's how I was able to watch The Way Back, and this is a film that stars Ben Affleck. He's in full-on actor mode. He's working with the same director that he worked with The Accountant, who also made Warrior, and it's a sports film. But it's a sports film about an alcoholic that's kind of trying to find the way back. He has gone through some real trauma in his life, and he just cannot deal with it. He's basically in the bottle every single night. He's at the bar. He's drinking on his way to work. He works in construction. And then he gets asked by his old high school to come back and train some of his basketball players, because he was a basketball star back in high school. And the team at the school hasn't won since he was on the team back in the day. And so there's this, this nice juxtaposition where he's very respected for what he's accomplished, but there is also an awareness that he's got some troubles and he's got some issues. So it's almost like the school sends out an olive branch and says, we want you to help us, but maybe we can help you. And that's exactly what starts to happen. Ben Affleck does a great job sort of integrating into the coach role and working with all the kids that are on the team. The players can ball. They're actually really good players, and it's fun to watch them find their confidence under the guidance of Ben Affleck, who does a good job trying to get his feet under him and sort of claim these responsibilities. But he's still grappling with his demons, and of course he still ends up back in the bar and getting drunk and going through some heavy stuff. And it's a pretty solid performance. Most of the attention is on Ben Affleck. Janina Gavankar, who we saw in Star Wars Battlefront 2, plays his wife, and she's great. She does a good job, and it's nice to see her. Todd Stashwick, who is a friend and a colleague and a kind of a character actor, works with Amy Hennig all the time, also has a pretty cool role. So there was a couple of video game ways in for me, because I've seen these people in different roles. They were actually pretty solid in this movie. And there's lots of great character work from all kinds of actors around Affleck, but Affleck is definitely the most famous person in the film, and he's such a famous individual that it's interesting to see him drop his guard and go through some real nasty things. He is a total mess in the movie, and he's an actor that I've seen, be a little self-conscious in front of the camera and sort of aware of the lens and stuff. And but in this one, he kind of drops all that and he plays it for truth and he plays it for real. And obviously, of course, he's a guy that famously everybody knows he's got his real life demons, and he's been going through his own bouts with alcoholism and substance abuse and other things. And you can't not think of it, but I think at the heart of it is a pretty tuned and well maintained and well represented, reflection of what it would be like to try to keep a life going, but struggle with this disease. And it was pretty powerful. And I have to admit, I got pretty choked up watching it. There's some pretty heavy scenes in it, but it was fine work by everybody. I think that it's definitely a bleak film that not everybody is going to maybe want to watch over the holidays. But the thing about, substance abuse and alcoholism is that it's so common, and it's hard not to personalize it. It's hard not to think of people from your life that also battle with all of this stuff. It is weird to see a bunch of people that kind of disappear into the scenes, and then there's this, he's Batman, there's this massive movie star, but he overcomes all of that, and he actually really won me over. And honestly, I really enjoyed all of the kids in the film too. They did some really, really great work, and it was just a lot of fun to watch the hoops and to see Ben Affleck overcome some of the stuff. I really enjoyed the way back. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. All right, my friends, we are celebrating the holidays, of course. Vic, did you say you'd be playing A Short Hike? That was from Wat Khalid. Yes, I am. I'm going to be playing that after a couple more things here. We've got segments all over the place. This is like a full-on Vic's Basement fusion with Electric Playground right now. Liam Hogan, Vic, I'd love to hear your list of games for 6 to 12-year-olds that are appropriate for them to play alone and games that are family couch co-op. I clearly have to make a first 5 segment for kids games. That would be super fun. Well, I'm sold. I admit I never paid attention to Ben Affleck until I saw Gone Girl and him as Batman, so I trust you, Vic. Yeah, it was good. It was tough stuff to get through, Goku, but it was a good film. Okay, let us move on to the holidays, shall we? I've taken a look at PlayStation gift guides. I'll start that again because I want to cut this out as a separate thing. All right, let's move over to some holiday discussion, shall we? We've taken a look at gift ideas for the PlayStation 5 and the PlayStation 4 and Xbox platforms, the Nintendo Switch. We took a look at some VR ideas and some PC ideas. But let's talk about some cool gadgets that I've been able to get my hands on this year. And this is, the spoiler alert, this is one of them, the Mario Kart Live RC car that has a camera in it, and it's just so much fun. I've got some other ideas. You can see some of them behind me on the table, but let's get started with some gadget gift ideas for 2020. I put them in an order here. So number 8 is the Mario Game & Watch, which just came out. It might be hard to get. Nintendo made it in limited quantities, which they are wont to do. They do that quite often, and it frustrates people all over the place. But this is cool. It's going back to the roots of Nintendo in the handheld marketplace and the video game marketplace. It lets you play Super Mario 1 and 2, which were the lost levels, and Mario Ball, which is pretty funny. And it's just really sharp and a really cool collectible. Nice way to celebrate 35 years of Mario. I've also got the Dragon's Lair Replicade mini arcade system, and this thing was so freaking cool to, well, now it's become a behind-the-scenes set element. It comes with a little mini laser disc and a player and a little laser disc, because this is famously an animated film game, which was played off of a laser disc. But you can also plug it in through an HDMI connection and actually play it on a television, which makes this one of the best replicades I've ever seen. Here's Mario Kart Live, which honestly it works like you would dream it would work, especially something coming from Nintendo. The car is super cool. It's a great collectible unto itself, but the fact that it's so well integrated into Nintendo Switch and Mario Kart gameplay is really, really clever. It's super fun to play. Of course, it's not pricey. It costs a little bit of money, but if you can find somebody else to race with, you'll love it. I freaking adore the TurboGrafx 16 Mini. I raved about it earlier this year. It has over 60 games, because there are some hidden ones. There are definitely some strange ones. There are also some strange decisions of what was included and what wasn't translated from Japan to the American market. But you get a lot of great stuff that was released in North America, a lot of stuff that was released in Japan, and it's just beautiful styling, and it's super addictive, and the music is great, and tons of great shoot 'em ups as well. I was blown away because I never had a TurboGrafx 16 before, so this was all brand new, and I totally loved it. At number 4, I'm going to say the Oculus Quest 2, which is currently my favorite way to enjoy virtual reality gameplay. I've been playing a lot of Pistol Whip and Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, of course, Beat Saber, and tons of other games out there. Don't have to tether it, but you can tether it, and then you can play things like Half-Life Alyx, which is amazing. But it's just an easy way to put something over your eyes, basically, and disappear. And it's, you just keep it charged, you take the wire out, and then you're not tethered to anything, and you're in this total virtual reality, and it's a pretty affordable price point at $299. And I know Oculus has got all kinds of sales and deals going on right now as well. Number 3 is Polymega, and this is a little bit of a controversial one because I know it's been delayed, but I have loved this machine since I got my hands on it. They sent me I think the second beta unit, so I don't know if it's total final form factor, but it's been playing everything perfectly. Well, not perfectly. There are little issues here and there, but it is amazing how much content you can throw on this device and how easy it is to have fun with retro gaming. Polymega is incredible. Now, the 2 final ones you can probably predict. They are the big console launches. It's not every year that we get a new console from the big hardware manufacturers out there, but this year we got 2. We got the Xbox Series X from Microsoft, which doesn't have an exclusive title to call its own quite yet, but the backwards compatibility and the ease of use and the quick resume and the beautiful fidelity of the experiences that I've been able to play, I have just been adoring the Xbox Series X. But I have to admit, I have been enjoying the PlayStation 5 a little bit more, and a big part of it has to do with the DualSense controller, but also Sony has invested yet again in some exclusive titles like Spider-Man Miles Morales, which has completely taken my breath away. I've played through it twice now at this point, and I absolutely adore it. Sackboy is fun. Demon Souls is incredible. There's some gorgeous fidelity and just wonderful hints at the possibilities of what next-gen gaming is going to be, And Sony did a pretty damn good job getting a lot of hot software on a title, on a platform that must have come to market under some pretty strenuous and crazy situations and circumstances, but they did it. And both Sony and Microsoft had successful launches with their platforms. They're sold out, but both of them have been saying that they are going to be putting more machines into the marketplace. I think Sony's a little bit ahead of where Xbox is. It might be a little bit tougher to find an Xbox through the holidays, but I'm pretty sure there's going to be some new supplies with the Sony PlayStation 5. But they're both incredible platforms, and like I've been saying, and this holds true with the Polymega as well. Even if you can't get them now, if you are thinking of an incredible gift and you want to give somebody a card with an IOU or something like that, or a gift receipt or something for or a gift certificate for one of these consoles, they're going to love it. Especially the retro gaming enthusiast out there that maybe has a huge library may not even know about the Polymega, and that might be a pretty incredible surprise. PlayMagi, the people that are making the Polymega, have been ensuring the people that are pre-ordered that the consoles are coming. They've had to deal with 2020 delays. I think we have to give everybody a little bit of consideration that this has been a tough year to make anything and ship anything. And boy, are we lucky that the video game industry has taken such good care of us with entertainment this year, huh? So there you go. There's a bunch of gadgets out there. Would love to hear any suggestions or ideas that you might have. Let me know in the comments down below, or I'll read some of the messages in the chat. But I hope I've been giving you some good ideas for different types of gifts to have some fun with over the holidays. Okay, so I'll clip that out and put that as a separate little thing. And before I jump into my review of Immortals Fenyx Rising, I'll get caught up on a little bit of the chat. Just bought virtual desktop to stream from PC to Quest 2. It is so stupidly easy and fantastic to use. Daniel C. This thing here, this Oculus Quest 2 is crazy. I mean, it's... They can continue to embellish and improve for sure. It's not final form of what VR is, but it's such a huge leap in the right direction. It's well made, and the experiences are pretty incredible. It already runs at 90 hertz, and it's just amazing to plug in. If you've got a PC that can run VR software, it's amazing that you can plug in a link cable and play PC stuff that even 3 years ago was just going to be incredibly expensive to get running in some kind of a VR state off of something that then you can untether and just get lost completely wirelessly as well. It's really incredible. Can't say enough good things about Oculus Quest 2. What was number 5? I had to walk away for a second. Honestly, I can't remember all of the order. There's been so much video content that I put together today, I can't remember everything. Please invite me to the EP Discord. That's the one thing I keep forgetting to do. I have to do that. Benno Heaven or Anup Tour. I have to do that. And if there's anybody from the EP Discord, I promise you I will get in there and put it in the chat, but also in the comments below. One more EP Discord shout out before my break. Oh, there you are, my friend. Vic, they've delayed the Polymega like 3 or 4 times, though, over 2+ years. Scoot diggity. Yes, I know, and there's a lot of frustration, but they recently updated the website, and they had a whole new message. The fact that so many reviewers have got the thing, I think bodes quite well. I think that it does exist, and it is out in the marketplace, and I think they will come to market with this device. I can't imagine that any part of putting Polymega together has been easy for these guys, because they've had to not only make sure that stuff works, but they have to play nice with all the publishers out there, particularly if they're going to have a store. But I know from people that are in the development scene, there's a lot of longtime game makers that I know that are very fired up about this device and see it as a really cool. It's a niche thing. It's not for everybody. Not every. I wouldn't recommend it unless you have a catalog of games, unless you have a library of classic Sega CD or Saturn, PlayStation, Neo Geo CD, or I forgot the other one. TurboGrafx. If you have those CDs in your collection, or it also has the modules so you can add the cartridges and stuff. But unless you have retro games already, don't make this what you start with, because it's going to be pricey. It's going to cost you a lot to get the Polymega, and then it's going to be pricey to get all of the software, because it's all so exclusive, and the prices have been hiked, and there's a rarity that's associated with all of that stuff, and a scarcity. I would recommend go with the TurboGrafx Mini, the Sega Genesis Mini, the Nintendo Minis. Get those, flesh out a really cool retro collection of stuff that's available just in those little devices. And then if you like that and you really want to kind of dive deeper and become a real collector, then you can start spending some money. But you're going to end up spending a lot of dough if you want to start from scratch. Polymega is really for people that already have a lot of that stuff, and they've been itching for a way to play it easily, and that's exactly what it does. PS5, Xbox Series X. Oh, Ethan Jory, Xbox Series X, Oculus Quest 2, Polymega, TurboGrafx Mini, and Mario Kart Live, and the Game & Watch Mario. So pretty good collection of nifty gadgets and / toys to check out in that vid. So thank you for watching that. Hello, Vic. I have the PS5 and Series X. The DualSense controller is definitely a game changer. Best controller ever made. Yeah, and the fact that Astro's Playroom is installed on the PlayStation 5, that's epic. I mean, it's such a fun game, but it's such a great piece of value that really celebrates the machine. Xbox definitely should have done something like that. And I honestly, I don't think any hardware manufacturer that's looking to make get people to purchase a console will ever not do something like that. Sony has set a new bar. They set a bar with how you ship a machine, get people excited about a new feature on it, and how you celebrate that with a piece of built-in software. That's going to be the standard way that hardware gets released from now on. And, I think Phil Spencer has come out and said what Sony has done with the DualSense is just exemplary, and it truly is. It's really fun. Vic, I pre-ordered my Polymega 25 months ago. I'm trying hard to be patient. More and more people are canceling their pre-orders all the time. Scoot Diggity. I know, man. I know a lot of people are completely frustrated, and you have every right to be. But a lot of the Kickstarter stuff and a lot of the things that we want to will into production go through lots and lots of hurdles. And honestly, Polymega might be one of the most ambitious products in the video game space I've ever seen. It's not an easy thing. The modularity is exciting, but I think what's the most exciting thing about it is that right out of the gate, you've got access to all of these CD-based game systems. And you can take a disc off of your shelf and pop it in and start playing right away, or save it to the hard drive. That's pretty freaking cool. And there is a sense of of course that device exists out there. Why didn't anybody else do this? But the licensing hurdles and the technological hurdles that they've gone through to get all of this stuff together are pretty damn heavy, And all I can say is I have faith, and I'm still going to have Brian Burnell on the show. I've just been waiting for the right time. I think I wanted to get past a lot of the launch madness of these machines, but I'm going to have them back, and I want you guys to ask all the questions, and if I definitely want to hear from people that are out there that have been waiting for a long time. They pre-ordered and they put their faith into this, and they've been feeling frustrated. I think that will be a fantastic bit of it'll be a fantastic video, but it'll be a great conversation, and honestly a good one for the business, because one of my things about retro gaming and the idea of accessing this archive, this collection of stuff that you have that I keep bringing back, is that the business is so quick to just move on to what's new and what's next. And yet, I think that there is starting to become this awareness that the classic stuff and being able to access your old games and the value of playing some of that retro software is really important, and hardware like Polymega is a true, utter celebration of that. I've tried myself to build an N64 emulator that runs accurately. It's damn hard. Yes. Let's see. Until infrastructure is in place for 99% of people to have a very low lag experience, companies are going to shoot themselves in the foot going streaming only. Yes, I've heard that as well from a lot of people out there. All right. Oh, I'll go into the menu and I'll figure that out. Okay, I'm just looking at my video of a short hike, or the computer playing a short hike. I just want it to look as good as possible. But before we start playing a short hike, I've got another review for you. This is for Immortals Fenyx Rising, and this game is another massive open world experience from Ubisoft. We've just been playing massive open world games like Watch Dogs Legion and Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and along comes this brand new property, Immortals Fenyx Rising, which used to be called Gods and Monsters. And yes, it is very reminiscent of Nintendo's The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. There is no mistaking it. In fact, when I got some hands-on time with it earlier in the summer, I found it to be so similar in the play style of Breath of the Wild, which is my favorite game of all time, but it didn't have the Zelda hooks in me that I enjoyed the mechanics of the game, but I just wasn't in for the storytelling and the characters, and I just wasn't feeling like the world of the game. It felt like it was, like some of the Super Nintendo kind of copycats of Mario and Zelda type of experiences. It was hard for me not to kind of recall titles like that, or some of the 3D, variations on some of the stuff we saw with Mario and Zelda. We've seen that kind of thing over and over again. But, truthfully, with a game as inspiring and influential as Breath of the Wild, why shouldn't there be developers that sort of pick up the mantle and try their crack at it? And so what we get with this game, it's definitely run with lots of Greek mythology, which is super cool. It's made by Ubisoft Quebec, who just spent a lot of time with Greek mythology with Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which was a phenomenal Assassin's Creed title. And so this one is a little bit different. It's much more stylized. It's much more animated. It looks almost like, in some ways, kind of like a Disney take on how you would handle the Greek myths, the Greek myths and the gods that exist in there, like Zeus and Prometheus and Athena and Achilles, all kinds of different characters that pop up that you actually interact with. The world has been taken over by this rampant creature called Typhon, who is, I guess, basically a fallen god or a titan of some kind. And he has basically besieged the world. And so there are lots of mortals and gods that have been trapped. They're encased in stone, or they've been transformed into, chickens or robots or all kinds of different hodgepodge ideas and collections, or a tree. And so what you do is you are a mortal, Fenyx, and you can be a male or a female mortal, and you scour the countryside. You're basically given a quest by the gods to go and rescue everybody and free the essence of these different god creations, and they will aid you on your tasks. And of course, you are going to see a lot of tropes from ancient Greek mythology, Pandora's box, the Phoenix, and you're going to earn all kinds of, like the Icarus wings. You're going to earn all kinds of embellishments as a character that let you handle Zeus's lightning. You can fly and you can float. You can call up different horses or different animals that you can ride and race into battle with. You're going to fight giant bosses and creatures. You're going to go into these vaults, which are like the shrines from The Legend of Zelda, which task you with all kinds of puzzles that you have to solve, and you're collecting all kinds of great gadgets and abilities so that you become more powerful to face even tougher enemies. We know the routine. The combat in the game is actually quite solid, and you have a bunch of different weapons at your disposal. Of course, bow and arrow, a sword and an axe, and a hammer that you can blast down. And then you get sort of augmentations on those abilities. So you can slow down time with your arrow. You can do a massive slice with your sword, and a massive slice or a chop with your axe, or a massive slam with your hammer. And you can keep leveling all of those up. You can level up your character so that it has more health and more stamina, because you can climb everything just like in Breath of the Wild. And there's lots of these massive statues that you have to climb, and also mountains that you have to explore. There's lots of caves that you dive into. You get this bird ally named Phosphor, this flaming creature that will attack different enemies, and then they'll drop stamina orbs and stuff around. And it's very kinetic, and it's very fast-paced. And one of the things that I thought was quite interesting with this, we always levy the criticism that Ubisoft populates their maps with all kinds of different objectives. You go into the map screen and you see all of these different little icons that you have to deal with, and sometimes it can be overwhelming. But they actually gamified that this time. You will climb to the top of a giant statue and look over the world, and you have this thing called Farsight, which lets you use like you're looking through a telescope or something, and you can zoom in on different areas, and you'll feel. I was playing on the PlayStation 5, and you could feel the controller kind of rattle and shake a little bit, and then you press the R trigger to activate an icon that you will then go and face off. And you can see you're fighting against a giant Cyclops in this situation, and behind him is this vault that you will eventually go into. And the vaults will give you all kinds of loot. There's lots of different currencies in the game that allow you to access all of the ways that you can make your character better and tougher. And you know what? The loops of the game, the mechanics and the gameplay loops are incredibly addictive. It's a very easy game to play. It is, however, a little uneven. There's this kind of a sitcom-style sense of comedy in the game, and it doesn't always land. Elias Tufexis, I think, plays the character of Prometheus. I hope I got the character's name right. But his voice is amazing, and he's kind of like the innate storyteller in the experience. So he's kind of narrating a lot of what's happening, and he's setting it up. And meanwhile, Zeus is kind of like the comic relief, and he's going back and forth and trying to make everything kind of colloquial and sort of present day. And not all of those, the back and forth of Zeus and Prometheus really work. It's not all funny, but I did like the kind of rich setup that Elias Tufexis' character is providing for us. I almost wish that they had been a little bit more invested in being a little serious with having a lighter touch on the comedy, because there is definitely some cringy stuff in the game when they try to have it all. I find that if you're not really funny in a video game, and that's really hard to do, it kind of undermines your commitment to it. You're either all in on the fantasy, like a Legend of Zelda type of experience, and you just sort of go along with the storytelling and the craftsmanship of it, or you're kind of breaking the fourth wall and poking fun at it, and you're constantly reminded that it's a video game. And I find that if that isn't perfect, if that doesn't work every single time, it removes a little of your own investment in it. And so there were cutscenes where I was just like, I don't really care. Fenyx is talking to some chicken, and I'm doing these different tasks for this tree character for a little while. And there's some kibitzing and some comedy stuff, but I just wasn't super invested in that. What I did like, though, and what I found incredibly hard to stop do was to stop playing the game. The game is really well made. There could be more variety in the enemies. You're going to be fighting lions and bears. There's no tigers, so oh my. But you're going to be fighting lions and bears and bird creatures and giant multi-armed bosses, and of course hydras and flying. I can't remember all of the names that these different characters have, or these creatures have, but mythologically infused creatures, but also like animals that you would normally see when you roam around, but they might have some infection on them or something that make them a little bit more tough. And then there's lots of chests to find. There's these paintings, these frescoes that you have to put together, and they give you these coins that you can go back to the sort of main hub and spend on all kinds of upgrades and stuff. But that loop is fun, man. It's fun to go out and get all of the different types of currencies, and then to come back and make more potions for yourself, or to improve your weaponry. The combat systems are pretty damn good as well. There's lots of great dodge moves and parry moves. and you're constantly going back and forth between your enhanced abilities and just the regular hack and slash and bow and arrow type combat as well. But the puzzle solving is pretty damn impressive. It's ambitious. You're moving a lot of it's a lot of physics-based stuff, taking cues from Zelda for sure. You have this ability to lift things telekinetically or without actually touching them. You can lift them above your head like giant heavy blocks and things like that. And you're moving things around, rolling balls into sort of like the right holder for these balls that have to roll down huge mountains and things like that. And you're at the mercy of how the physics will operate. Sometimes there'll be wind blowing you around with your wings outstretched, or they'll move around the objects that you need. And sometimes you'll watch as the object that you need to push into a specific point will get blasted way overhead, and you're not there, and you're freaking out because you've bounced all over the place. And there are definitely moments in the game where you've got like an hour or more of puzzle solving, of moving these huge physical objects, and then you get to the boss, and the boss is really hard, and you forgot to sort of level up on your potions, or put a lot of stuff in there to keep your health at sort of a consistent level, and the boss kills you, and you have this choice of whether you're going to start the whole vault again, or you're going to tough it out and face the boss. And I got to tell you, this was not a game that I felt like you can race through it. And sometimes when I'm reviewing this stuff, it gets a little frustrating because it's like, okay, I want to see this, I want to get past this, I want to get that. But there is some real challenge, and there are some massive, massive areas. There's lots of vista to see and fly through. There's snowy peaks and burnt out areas and kind of like this this devastated war environment that you have to blast through. There's this giant furnace that you have to bring to life. There's water that you have to swim through. It's very impressive, and it looked great running at 60 frames per second. It was really smooth and well animated. I much preferred the 60 frames per second, so the performance over the fidelity kind of mode. I'm really hoping that as we go into the second and third sort of loop of software for the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X, we get a kind of a standard 4K at 60 frames per second. I don't like that we have to make this choice between fidelity and performance in this gen, but currently we kind of have to do we have to do that. And I chose performance mode, but it ran well and it was crazy fun to play. Wasn't blown away by the storytelling or the comedy, but the game is great. It's very solid, very tuned. I have a feeling it's going to be kind of lost in, it's a new IP. If it's successful, there will be sequels for sure, but it's brand new. It's not related to Assassin's Creed or anything like that. I like that it's also, a little more family friendly, because UB makes a lot of open world stuff and they make a lot of M-rated stuff. This is something that you could play with younger people in the house. I really like it. It is not devoid of frustration, and it's not anywhere near as good as The Legend of Zelda. I don't even think that it's as good as the best of the Assassin's Creed games, but it's definitely worth the pickup. And I have a feeling this is going to be one of those cult classic type experiences. If it doesn't do well, people will be talking about this for a long time. I'm giving it an 8.5 out of 10. All right, so there you go. Solid game, and great value brand, Breath of the Wild. Like a lot of people out there, I'm sure loved Breath of the Wild so much that it's not really a slight to have more of that type of gameplay. It can be a little bit of an egregious thing, but it's like Sphinx and the Cursed Mummy or Vex or millions of 3D action adventure platformer games that weren't Mario, weren't Ratchet and Clank, weren't Jak and Daxter, but still had a lot of fun and a lot of value. And in fact, this is made by a really solid and talented team that I think had a few missteps with the way that they structured their story, but getting the comedy right and balancing all that is really tough. It's cute. It's just not, it's not super cool and super, I just didn't love the storytelling. Whereas I loved the storytelling in The Legend of Zelda and some of the unanswered questions that it proposed, and the sort of mystery and the mystique of it all with The Legend of Zelda. This isn't that. This is like really, boom, there's a lot of that stuff. I really felt like I was watching some hammy, sitcom-y type stuff, but still super fun. Vex, yes. There's a whole list out there. I can't remember every single one of those types of games, but, like Arrow the Acrobat, and there was just so many of these character-based, cutesy type of action-adventure titles that borrowed from the masters, never quite as good, but certainly worth their value, had value and worth the time. And this is better than that. This is not a copycat game. This is a great game. But it makes you think of the copycat games for sure. Okay, you guys, it is time to do a little bit of a Let's Play and chat, and I'll try to keep up with chat a little bit better. I front-loaded this episode with a lot of content in there. I've spoken a lot. In fact, I'm going to have a sip of lemonade. It's very refreshing. Okay, this is called A Short Hike, and I'm just going to... go full screen if I can. Borderless. True full screen. Let's go. Uh-oh. Did I crash it? Hold on, guys. A solid hour. That was great content. Thank you, Peter. I may have crashed it. Hold on one sec. It's a PC game. Oh, I see. Uh-oh, what's happening? There we go. Come on. You know what? I'm going to quit it and start it again. There we go. Hopefully that works. Come on, game. I've had the computer running for an hour with the front end screen, so I don't know if that's screwed it up or not. 1 second. There. We're good. Okay, let's play A Short Hike. Picture-in-picture with console. Let's see. We'll turn the music down a little bit. Here we go. I don't know if anybody's played this, but it's really cute. I'm going to pop my headphones in. 1 second. So what I'm going to do for the next little while, until we get Cyberpunk, is, and maybe Doom Eternal, is play some of the smaller games. That's okay. We're going to start from the beginning. So, some of the indie stuff, some of the best indie stuff that's come out in 2020. It'll be good to get away from the city and take a break from everything else going on. Uncle Jay prefers short hikes over long hikes. Hold on a little longer. Well, an early happy birthday to you. I'm hoping you have an awesome day. Whose birthday is it? Vic, the best Batman cartoon. Oh, man. Well, the Batman animated series is amazing. I can't remember all of the titles. I loved Batman Red Sun. I loved the Arkham Asylum game. So you play this little bird, and or the Arkham Asylum movie. What was it? Was it the Phantom? Mask of the Phantasm. That was amazing. You might be able to get some at Hawk Peak. Brave and the Bold show was great too, yeah. And I love Batman Beyond. All right, here we go. It's not that far. We've all made the trek before. I figured you would have gone already. Oh, yeah. The visuals of the game give you a headache. The shifting alias-like aesthetic messes with my head. Yeah, it's like a 3D Super Nintendo game in a way, right? Just take White Beach Trail and head north at the fork, then follow the signs. No problem. So you have a jump. And I can chat with everybody. Claire, did you know you can hold A while running to glide through the air? Of course, everyone knows that. Why do you ask? All right, here we go. So this is a kid-friendly sort of adventure game with a little bit of puzzling, lots of little characters. Find me 15 shells. Why? I want them. But why? It's a secret. All right, here we go. Okay, I'll keep an eye out. So there's a stick. I have a stick now. There's a shell. All right, I need 14 more of those. Got some money. Here we go. Ooh, I need a shovel of some kind. Okay. Hey, Claire. How's the day treating you? Well, I'm just getting out of the house now. It's one of those kind of days. Yeah. Caught up in my head all morning. Would you say you feel lost and directionless? Maybe. It's a 2020 game right here. Take this. I found a compass. All right. Happy hiking. All right. Thank you. So there's the compass on the right. Oop. No, I don't think I've only played it a tiny little bit, but I don't think you can die in this game. Hey, dude, what's happening? Oh, you know. Take it easy, Leaf fan. Sorry, bud. I need it for a sand. Oh, so he won't give me the shovel. That's how shovels are. You can get smaller ones. One's made for sandcastles. What? Sounds fake. But if you can, I'd be glad to trade. So if I can get him a smaller shovel, he'll give me the full-sized one. So there's a climbing wall. Cool. I'm hiking up to Hawk Peak. The Rock Climbers Association has hundreds of members spanning over 35 countries. Hundreds of members growing and refining the art of rock climbing, pushing the craft to its absolute limit and beyond. I meant, if it's just the two of you, like here. What of it? Listen, kid, climbing ain't for the weak of heart. Can we get the music sound? Oh, sorry, guys. I don't have the music and sound. Thank you. Thanks for asking. That's Miss Hojat. All right, here we go. Great. We've got our third member. Not third, just another drop in the hundreds worldwide. All right, all right. All right. A lot of in this dialogue. Ah. So I've got to buy some stuff so I can climb some walls. So this short hike is not without some challenges, some obstacles to overcome. I want that shovel, kid. There's a shell. There's another stick. There's some money. In games, you just take the money. Wherever it is, you just grab it. Can I open anything? Nope. Okay. What I like about this game, obviously, is the serene kind of calm of it, but also the simplicity of its structure, but it still tells a tale, you know? And it's got a sense of humor in the storytelling. It's a little bit like, it reminds me of Earthbound. But the path suddenly got really steep. Do you think it's climbable? Well, it would be if I had a golden feather. Apparently they sell them at the visitor's center. So I can't climb that yet. Gotta go get ourselves a golden feather. Got some dough. Okay. I just lost my watch. Okay, so if we get the watch, this character will have some time. Let's see if there's any... they might give me something if I find their watch. Let's see if there's any... Oop. See if there's any music here. Just a little bit, yeah. Okay. Oh, some money. Oh, I have the shovel, so I can change that now. Great. Okay, let's go back and dig into the... So, clearly I need... Can I make that jump? Oh, I can glide. Oh. Let's go back. I'm up 4 shells already, guys. Things are happening. Clearly I need some stuff to help me traverse things a little bit better. Okay, so I want to use this, equip it. Okay. And then I press the B button. Yeah. Dig it. Okay. It can be played in higher resolution. Let's see. Everything's... Let's go tiny and sharp. Oh, like that? Is that better? I didn't know that it could do that. That looks alright. I kind of like the big pixels. Anoop Tour. I know, right? Sometimes the games don't have to be big and loud and flashy. They can just have cute little characters. Looks so much better? Okay. I thought it was supposed to look super pixelated. I guess that's an option. I like the big pixels, Jonathan. It was just so weird. I like when games just come out and say, "This is what we are, damn it!" Enjoy a scenic trek to Outlook Point or follow Hawk Peak Trail up to the highest point in the province. Although the island is known for its titular mountain peak. Where was this made? Was this made in Canada? I'd like to know. The infamous local dish strawberries and toast was invented here at Hawk Peak. Please join us at 5 p.m. to enjoy a delicious serving of the historical dish. Okay, so this is the visitor center. Hello. Howdy. How can I help you? I want a golden feather. You can buy one for 40 coins. I will take it. Sure, here you go. Great. I have a golden feather. Let me press the A while you're in midair. You can flap your wings for a double jump, but that's not all. To climb a wall, push against it and hold A. Yeah, maybe XGR. Maybe it was supposed to be played that way. Keyboard and mouse just got smoked by the DualSense. Yes. I like the big pixels, made it look like a DS game. Yeah, there you go. So it looks like I can fish. It's kind of like Earthbound meets Animal Crossing. A bit. Visitor Center, Hawk Peak Trail, Shirley's Point. Okay. Oh. Let's go get this. And some do-re-mi. Let's go get this. Hello. Hello. There's going to be a marathon race at Meteor Lake today. The game was made by essentially one guy. Adam Robinson Yu. He lives in Toronto. That's amazing, Miss Ojat. Thank you. I mean, right away, it looks like the beginning of Wind Waker. A little bit. Oh, you can't tell? It's supposed to be the coastline. I'm trying to go for a more abstract look. Made by one person. God, people are so incredibly talented. I think I'm going to head over to the Blackwood Forest Lighthouse soon. I'm still trying to find the right inspiration. Okay. That's some more money there. Okay. There's another shell. This is like a family circus hike. Does anybody know what the family circus is? It's a long-running newspaper cartoon, and the kids. It's about a family, and the kids would always get sent out on errands. But the artist, I guess the creator of the strip, would always show the map of where the kids would go, and although they had to go to the store to get something, they would just go all over the damn place. It was always pretty charming. This game reminds me of that. Okay, so I think I can climb this now, yes? Yes, I can. Ooh, get up there. Go. You can do it, Claire. Come on. Get up there. Yeah. What's this now? Hi. Hi. Are you okay? Not really. I'm supposed to run a marathon race today, but I've lost my lucky headband. I've worn it to every race I've ever run. I don't know if I could race without it. Vic, thoughts on the rumors about MGS remake by Bluepoint and Kojima doing Silent Hill? I'm in for all of that. And the kid going home after school is not a straight line. Kashimoto, never. I gotta go find this headband. I did see Jordan Voight Roberts, or Vought Roberts, who's directing... Oh, did it crash? Directing the Metal Gear movie, tweeted yesterday... So he's in touch with the Kojima folks all the time. He tweeted yesterday about the rumor of Bluepoint doing the... has it been confirmed? I've been busy putting the show together, so I haven't looked at the news, but has anything been confirmed with Metal Gear Solid today? I don't think so, but if it has, let me know. But he really made it sound like it was just a rumor, and he wanted to know where it started and whether people wanted it to will it into existence. And I think it's a good rumor, and I thought that it had some legitimacy, but now that this guy who is, really invested in Metal Gear and connected in Metal Gear is kind of hinting that it's just a rumor, it makes me think that maybe it's not happening. Delta Charlie, my kid plays a lot of games. Right now she's really enjoying Roblox. She plays a lot of Roblox, but mostly as a means to connect with friends that are also playing it. And she plays it on the iPad. But she has been loving the Turkey Day upgrade to Animal Crossing, as well as the latest DLC for Pokemon Sword and Shield. We played a little Sackboy together not too long ago. We played through a lot of Minecraft dungeons, and we play stuff together all the time, and it's amazing. It's really an unbelievable joy to play with your kid, and share something like that. I've also found that with The Mandalorian has just been crazy. Like, we watch that every Friday morning now. And it's amazing to share Star Wars with your little one. Something that you never think about, like a new Star Wars like that. You always think, okay, I'm going to show all the things that I've liked, but to experience things with fresh eyes together is amazing. Lady Lover 0070, good to see you. This is an example of choosing an art style with limitations so you can really get creative and also make personal projects much more capable. That waterfall was lovely looking. JT VJ Grogu, yes. There's a slight outline shader, specific color palettes with minimal colors used so well. JTVJ, good comments, man. This may fill my desire for Alan Wake. This one? No, you're talking about something else. This and Animal Crossing. XGR saying top 2 relaxing games of 2020. This one and Animal Crossing. Yes, this setup is 100% legal. Yes, I have a valid camping permit. Wait. Fine, you got me. Hold on. I lost it. I'm a terrible liar. I'm a mess. I love it. Please don't write me up. I can bribe you. You found bait. Did you really just hand me a fistful of worms? It's fishing bait. I'm desperate. What would you do? It doesn't matter. I'm not going to tell anyone. Wait, really? Nope. My aunt's a ranger, but I don't work for her. Oh, well. You won't tell, right? Nah. Good. You can keep the bait. A fish ate the bait. Okay, well, we got the worms to get the fish to get the bait. Or to get the permit. All right. All right. Where to now? Where go we?
Where go we? Lost in the woods we are. Short hike this is not. Grogu.
Hello, Randall Hyatt. Yes, this is indeed called a short hike. Leroy Jenkins, Eraser Tracer. I don't know if this is a Leroy Jenkins type game. I don't think so. Oh, is this the marathon? Look at them go. Look at these little cute animals. Running is my life. This is adorable. Every game is a Leroy Jenkins game. Okay. Getting a bit hype for Immortals. Looks fun. Mitch Rolf Sema. You should be. It is fun. The review is in this episode. I don't know if you checked that out, but I chatted a lot about Immortals Fenyx Rising. Curious if anybody that's watching the stream is actually friends or knows the developer of this game. Maybe out of the Toronto area. Let me know. I'm kind of lost here. Don't know what to do. There we go. Oh, come on up. Claire, you can do it. Oh, I can't. It's a little too high. I think I need another feather. Oh, but maybe I can double jump. There we go. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Why did I want to come here again? What was over here? Did I see something? I thought I saw a coin. Oh, this. There we go. Look at that. So cute. Oh, the headband. Okay. So I have to get a headband. I have to find a fishing rod to do some fishing to get the permit. I got the shovel. And I need to find some more shells. Oh, there's a feather. So what happens if I get another feather? So I have 2 of them. Is that true, JTVJ? That's so cool. The Canadian Shield in autumn. Benno, Heavenor. We don't all know each other in the small hamlet of Toronto. No, but I know I have viewers that make games, and they're in the industry. And I'll tell you what, the video game industry in Toronto is pretty tight. Not small. It's getting bigger and bigger all the time, but people know each other over there. I'm not gonna do well if I just keep swimming out over here, or maybe I can. I'm a penguin with a cape. Or a dress, okay. So I'm okay. Alright. There we are. Let's get up over here. We'll get this. There we are. Get some of those pennies. We are raking in the dough. Can I really? I can climb that? That's interesting. Okay. Oh, another waterfall. Oh, another bridge. Can I get up there? Oh, look at this. It's crazy. Ah, shell. Ooh, what's this? No. A racer tracer dated an artist from at Ubisoft Toronto. Ultra just played through the game last weekend. Fantastic. Yeah, it's been getting quite a lot of good buzz. Ooh. Got that. I played it for a little bit and I thought, you know what? I want to pop this on the stream and share this with everybody, and it's chill. And sometimes chill is just fine. Hey Vic, I'm looking at pre-ordering my next Hot Toys. Should I get the Miles Morales Spider-Man video game version or Spider-Verse version? That's a great question. My favorite costume in Spider-Man in Miles is the Spider-Verse costume. So I think I'm partial to the movie costume. Changes the kind of physique of the character, which probably makes that figure a little bit more special as well. But yeah, I love that film. I'm reading the books right now, the Brian Michael Bendis books. I just love the whole thing. Honestly, I feel like Miles Morales is... it's just such a special property, you know? Like, who would have pegged it? How important it would be to Marvel and how successful it would be as a movie and now a game. Just incredible. I love it. So yeah, I would pick the movie Miles, and then save up and get the game Miles down the road. Peter Kokosar, that's right. It's pretty crazy to see that masterpiece on the front menu. At least it is on my Netflix. It's like the first thing that you see when you open it up. I hope millions of people watch it. It didn't do huge numbers in the theaters, but it's become a massive success over time because people have found it on home video and they share clips from it and they talk about it all. It's a perfect superhero film. It's one of my. It's near the top. It's like Spider-Man, or it's like. Superman the movie and Spider-Verse are right there near the top, man. Love it. Okay, get up there, get up there. Go, go, go. Okay, let's do a little digging. Nice. So relaxing, this game. Donald Denke wants me to play some Madden. I've been waiting for the next-gen updates on Madden and FIFA, and I will definitely throw down with those for sure. I'll stream some of those. Oh, JTVJ. That was... it was phenomenal seeing Spider-Verse in the theaters. It was an early screening when we went to see it, and I actually took a couple of comic book creators with me as guests, you know, that I know in the Vancouver area, and we were all just emotional and totally blown away. And one of the other critics actually thought that the movie was in 3D, but we didn't get 3D glasses, and because there was an off-print kind of thing, like it was purposefully made so that it looked like some of the colors bled across the lines, and that was a little disconcerting for people that didn't know what they were trying to achieve with the look of the film. But it was like watching somebody flip through pages of a comic. It was just such a love letter to the medium of comic books. It's awesome. They've invented their own game. What? I formally challenge you to a game of beach stickball. All right, let's do it. How do we do it? You have to. It's the law. I'm gonna play some stickball. Here we go. Yay! %, Drew Mega. I've been doing that like crazy. And actually, the thing that I noticed when you play the Spider-Verse, you know, the feel, the aesthetic of it, it's totally cool to drop down into fidelity mode, which is at 30 frames per second. It's not really that much of a hit, and then you get all of the ray tracing and the enhancements and stuff. But playing Miles Morales in 60 frames or the Spider-Man remastered game in 60 frames, that's the way to go. They're just so beautiful at 60 frames per second. That's the most important rule. Don't ever forget it. Oh, Skate Soup saw it in 3D. Okay. Ooh, I missed. You can never lose. When you play beach stick ball, everyone wins. Cool. Except if you pop the ball. Then I guess you lose. Otherwise, beach stick ball is purely a co-op game. Yeah, a co-op game. It means we work together to get a high score. That sounds nice. Nice. We get a point for every pass we make. If we can get 10 points, I'll give you a prize. Cool. Go. Okay, ready, set, go. Oh, I missed. This is so cute. I've been watching you since the Judgment Day days on G4. You're a legend. Will you be doing anything with the new G4 TV? Thanks for all the amazing content. Green Bay fan, 392. Thank you so much for the super chat. And the question is something that I'm getting asked a lot. I don't have anything to say yet about anything. But stay tuned. But that's really cool, and I'm so glad that you found. I don't recognize the name, so I don't know if you've been on the chats before or been on the streams before. Thank you for joining us today, and thank you for this awesome super chat. You rule. Oh, come on now! I say often that this is the best chat on the internet. Trademark TM. It's not really trademark, by the way. I can't afford that. But when you guys are talking about Spider-Verse as we're playing a short hike, you're really living up to that, guys. I love it. Get it! Oh, can't. Okay. Can it hit the ground or not? Okay. Woohoo! Oh, yeah! Oh, but we did it, right? How many was that? 12! Yay! All right, here we go. Yes, we did it. As promised, I've got a prize for you. Take this. I got a golden feather. Anoop Tour. Let's just say I have a lot of conversations with people about how to make good television and video content about this medium. Learned a few things over the years. Oh, cool. This game is really cool. I can't believe one human being made this game. Ah, nifty. Okay. Thank you. Can I get up there? Let's go, let's go. Yes. Sweet. Oh yeah, I've been down here already. It's like kind of a Katamari kind of vibe to it too. Like it's expansive and you're just kind of making it up as you go a little bit, which is all cool. Oh, what's up here? Can I get this thing? No. Amazing. Rock, yeah. Fenyx Rising is a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. It's a very, very well-made game. I do have concerns about people finding it, and you can tell that it was made by a lot of people. It was not an inexpensive endeavor. But it feels like it's coming out at a very crowded time, and I don't know how many people are going to see it and find it and play it, because they're not going to know anything about it other than the trailers. It's not coming from an established franchise or an established brand, but it's really well tuned. It's really well made. Not crazy about the storytelling and the comedy, like I said in the review, but it's really hard to put the controller down and walk away from the game. I was playing it just before I started putting the show together today, and it was just like, I just want to keep going, because it's massive, just like every UB open world thing. Okay. There we go. Pixel Junk Eden 2, very nice. Ultra, the developer, talked at Games Done Quick on YouTube. Cool. Donald Denke, I'm not going to play Madden right now, but I will again. I played a little. I reviewed Madden, but I haven't played it on a stream. But I definitely want to check out the next gen upgrades when that releases in a few days. I was blown away by the next-gen version of NBA 2K21, and I did stream a little bit of that. And FIFA's getting some next-gen upgrades as well, so I want to check all of that stuff out for sure. When will I be ready with the Rockin' and Raygun Awards, especially for us to make our picks on the categories? Well, I think what we have to do is get through Cyberpunk getting launched, right? I think a lot of us are probably going to be checking that game out. And then after that's out, I think sort of mid-December time frame, we'll be able to kind of start making the calls on the very best of the year. But it's been a really good year. A lot of really fun stuff this year in games. Hawk Peak Trail, Blackwood Trail. This is not a short hike at all. I've been hiking for a while here. Hey Vic, has Spawnwave contacted you about being on their weekly Spawncast? You get brought up often to guest spot on there. Nosferatu. No, we haven't chatted about that. I know he's pretty busy and I'm pretty busy. I'm a fan of his though. He does a good job. I gotta go. Oh, so I can't join the race. And that would be cool. I would love to be on their podcast. Yeah, it's pretty awesome that there's a bunch of us that have been. I guess I've been doing YouTube content now for a while, but I see a lot of the same folks pop up in the content streams, and I've gotten a chance to collaborate on a few different things with. Spawnwave's been in some of our videos, and Rerez and John Linneman from Digital Foundry and GameSack and Joe from GameSack. It's pretty cool. Some really good people out there, a lot of talent. Hey, kid. I was just trying to climb this wall. You want to buy some golden feathers? Yeah, okay. Hey, cool. It'd be 100 coins per feather. What? But that's more than twice as much as the visitors. Go buy feathers from them then. Maybe I will. So you're going to buy my feathers or what? Nope. Whatever. Suit yourself. Okay. Scam artist. Do I need more feathers in order to make that big climb? I guess I do, right? Ah, I see. The feathers give you the... gotcha. I get it. Understood. Now I want to buy those feathers, but... I don't know. Ooh, is this a little cave? Can I go in here? No. Okay. This is cool. Oh, there we go. Look at that. We're up in the snow already. Oh, I'm freezing. I can't get up there. That's great. My feathers are frozen. That's cute. This is a cool game. I don't think I want to take that big leap, right? Seems precarious. Oh, it's okay. I can float. Look at this. That's cool. There's a scalper in the game. There is. Whatever happened to NBA Live? That's a story, right, Anoop? They were the legends. They were the best. I'm friends with people that I've known at EA for a long time, but a couple of them were on the NBA Live teams from the 90s, and somebody posted a picture of all of them on Facebook, dressed to the nines when they shipped NBA Live 95, and it's so cool. Okay, I don't think I actually like. I think this is an experiential explorathon, but I think I think I'm gonna call it there. I wanted to show this off, and I think you guys got a pretty good idea of what a short hike is. Didn't really finish things, but it's okay. It was fun. I'm going to play it a little bit more, because I know it's not that long, but that's a pretty sweet game. Ultra, who is in the chat, loved playing this. So if you want to talk to Ultra a little bit about this title, let them know. Send them a comment or a question. So happy I quit sports games. Felt like breaking up from an abusive relationship. 001 Sander. I think with sports games you can, you can have too much of a good thing. It's good to take a break and then go back a little bit. Thanks, Vic. That was great for a Monday. Needed to settle into the week a bit. Thank you. My pleasure. Thank you, you guys. Thanks for tuning in and for being a part of the stream. Tomorrow, I think I'm going to be putting a video together. I've got an early morning start on something that I can't talk about yet. But my plan is to shoot and post something tomorrow. So I don't think I'm going to be doing a live stream tomorrow. But I love doing this, and I will be back soon. Stay tuned. You can follow me on Twitter at Victor_Lucas. And that's usually where I blast out, that we're streaming or we're live. So I don't think I'm doing Vic's Basement. Well, I'm not going to do Vic's Basement live tomorrow. But there will be new EPN content, so please come back for that. But we will see you soon, live from the basement with some new fun stuff. But I really appreciate everybody being here today. Thank you so much for supporting this channel. Thank you for subscribing, for becoming an EPN member. Thank you for the super chats. And thank you for your comments and your questions, and for sharing this video too. You guys are awesome. We will see you soon. And until then, play forever.